Hi everybody, it's Ms. Brody back for another lesson on fantasy writing. I hope everyone had a great weekend. We're nearing the end of these stories, and I just want to say before I even begin the lesson that the students in my class that have really been writing a lot, I am just so impressed. I am enjoying the stories. You guys are doing a great job. I'm sure Miss Beck feels the same way. So I know that it's hard. We have so little time left of school, but let's really give a final 5 days push of polishing up these stories and making them the best that we can. And today's lesson is helpful in that regard. It's called Finding and Writing the Heart of Your Story. Well, again, we all kind of know what the heart is to the body, right? It's that thing that keeps everything flowing and moving. And hopefully, if you've been doing and following the lessons, you're far enough into your story that you have given thought to about its heart. And maybe you're wondering, what does that mean? What's the heart of a story? Well, just like it sounds, it's the most important part. It could be your climax, meaning the top of your story mountain. But it also could be a different part of your story. It could be near the end when your character learns something and grows. It could be just, that big heartfelt moment, that just kind of big scene that you're thinking, this is really where I want to put, where my story really has to be the best it can be. So I want everyone right now to even pause the video for a second and think to yourself, do I know what the heart of my story is? And if you don't, then today's your day to really think about it and find one. You've got to have one. Otherwise, your heart will be the one on the left, which before on the last page you might have thought, oh, that's cool, but look at the one on the right, right? You want your heart of your story to really just be that much better, okay? So if you ignore the question, and again, the question is, do you know where the heart of your story is, or do you know what the heart of your story is? Then you're likely going to end up writing a story that has no real message or theme. And again, as you're moving into sixth grade, we're really trying to avoid that. We all know you can write a basic story about, the girl that goes to the park with her dog, loses her dog, and then finds her dog, right? You've written that kind of story before. But now as you're getting older, you want to think to yourself, how could that same story about the girl and the dog, take away that it's not a fantasy story, but how could that story have a heart, right? Well, maybe now you're thinking it's about the dog. The girl is an only child, or maybe one of her parents is away and fighting in the army, and the dog is like her best friend in the whole wide world. Or maybe she's moved to a new town and her dog is like what sees her through. So her losing her dog now just has so much more importance. And so maybe it's the scene of her searching for that dog and really wondering, oh no, what will I ever do without my dog? Now your story has a heart, and it's not just a story about a girl who goes to the park and loses her dog. So if you don't think you have a heart, you need to really think about, how can I create one for my story? How can I ratchet up the importance of my story? Because your story still could be interesting, and it could even be exciting, but it's going to miss out on being a great story to read if it's just a series of events with no real heart or importance. Like I said, the girl could still lose her dog in that story, and it might be interesting and it might be okay, but it's just going to be missing out on that something bigger. So your job as the writer is to find or create that heart of your story. You have to make it. You have to think about it. Okay, I put this picture here of the book Number the Stars because many of you heard this story last year, and this symbol, this Jewish star that one of the Jewish characters wears around her neck, becomes an important symbol in the story. And that has something to do with this slide, is that the heart of your story is where you want to slow things down and stretch things out. Once you're really clear about the real meaning of your story, that theme or that message you want to convey, you can learn to make your setting or even certain objects into symbols of deeper meaning in your stories. So even in the story that I literally just made up about the girl and her dog, the dog really is now a symbol for her loneliness and for her isolation and all of that. So when she loses her dog, and I could turn it into a fantasy story, no problem. The dog could fall into a hole that brings it to the center of the world. Then I've created, again, a heart, a symbol of deeper meaning. So again, in your story, maybe these are just examples. The magic stone in your story, in your make-believe story, can come to represent the bravery the heroine must show despite her fear. It's tiny, but it's strong, just as she is. Or maybe the dark night you're setting for one of your scenes can stand for the fear the heroine is grappling with before the dawn comes. And that would be happening in the scene that you would say, I think, is going to be the heart of your story. Well, so I was thinking about my fantasy story that I've been jotting and writing and using throughout these last few lessons about my Priscilla. And I feel like the heart of my story is going to be when Priscilla gets the other forest animals to join her as she overcomes her fear to battle the dragon and also the thistle creatures. So it's not necessarily the most exciting scene. That might be the battle, right? Or it might be when the dragon does use his fiery breath and ends up killing the thistle creatures by mistake. That might be the most exciting scene, but that might not be the heart of my story. This part is going to be the turning point. This part will show or teach the reader a few things. One, that Priscilla has guts, that she's braver and smarter than she might think she is, and that by working together, we can reach our goals. Those are some of the themes and those bigger messages I want to come through, and those come through in the heart of your story, okay? So that's what you need to be thinking about. This is what I didn't do. I'm not going to just write Priscilla stood with all the other animals. They were all scared. The dragon and thistle creatures were on the way to kill them. Suddenly Priscilla had an idea, so she told the other animals the plan. They were going to make a trap. That is, again, telling and not showing. Let's see a different, that's my question. What do we call this, writers? That is me. Telling and not showing. It's boring. There's no tension, there's no excitement, there's no character growth, there's no theme or message. There is no heart, even though this is the big moment. This is what we don't want to do, right? We don't want to just tell, and again, I use that word purposefully as a don't. She told the other animals the plan. We never want to use that word told. We want to use the real words. So, let's see what it could look like if I'm trying to write a little bit better and finding the heart of my story. Priscilla, panting and out of breath, stood in the center of the small thicket of bushes, hidden from view from the dragon and approaching thistle creatures. Mr. Beaver, Mr. Fox, and Mrs. Rabbit were there, along with a few more of their kind. Nobody spoke. The air was thick with tension. All of them knew the same thing. If they stayed there, they would soon be discovered and surely die. Finally, Priscilla looked at all the animals and took a deep breath. I think I may have a plan, she stammered. Her legs were shaking, but she started to feel her heartbeats slow down. I think we can trick the thistle creatures into following us into this bush, and then with the help of some of the digger animals, we may be able to create a trap. Right? So I've stretched it out. I've stretched out this part of this story, this heart, this turning point where I'm not just writing in this boring way, telling us they're standing together and they're scared and the thistle creatures are on their way and they're going to make a trap. I want to make it exciting for the reader. And it doesn't take much. It's just more details, it's more action, it's more description. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, let's do our final review of the day. We've covered hooks, action, description, dialogue to start your story or each scene. Again, you should be thinking of ADD all the way through. Do each of your scenes have action, description, and dialogue in them? Are you still trying to use transitions and paragraphs? I'm starting to see people are really starting to use paragraphs more, and that's a great thing. It's starting to look like real writing when you use paragraphs and when you use those transition words, even if it's a few years later to show how time has passed, or you're using those suspenseful words like in a moment or suddenly. Have you described the setting in each scene so that your characters aren't just floating? The most important, remember, show, don't tell. Don't be a lazy writer. Don't just write it in a simple, boring way, but spice it up. And then today's lesson on finding the heart, thinking about the scene or part of your story that's the most important and stretch it out. And can use symbols maybe to make the reader feel something. Thump, 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 thump. That's the heart. Okay, everybody, it's your turn. Time to start drafting. 5 days left. Push yourself to be the best you can be and do your best. Prove to yourself, not just your teachers, that you are really ready for middle school. Have a great day, everybody.